Good morning, everyone. My name is Drucker. I'm here to sing for you right now. Do y'all know about the monks that are walking across the country? All right, check it out. We've got a song for you. Here we go. In beauty, may I walk all day long. May I walk through the seasons. May I walk, may I walk, may I walk in peace. That's what they're doing. May I walk in peace on this path. May I walk through my life. May I walk in old age. May I walk, may I walk in peace. Yeah, may I walk in peace. Now here's your part. May I walk, 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 may I walk in peace. May I walk in peace. Enjoy. May I walk in love. May I walk in gratitude. May I walk, may I walk in peace. May I walk in peace. In stillness, may I walk in forgiveness. May I walk in loving kindness. May I walk, may I walk in peace. Yeah, may I walk in peace. Sing this with me now. May I walk, 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 may I walk in peace. May I walk in peace. May we walk in peace. May you walk in peace. Yeah, yeah. May we walk every day just walk. Start your day with peace. Start your day with love. Everywhere you go, just walk in peace. Yeah, walk in peace. Go walk in peace. Let's all walk in peace every day. Just walk in peace. Just walk in peace. Put your hands together for Jeff, who put that beautiful video together. Thank you.
Good morning. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living in Santa Rosa. I'm Russ Laguerre. I'm your assistant minister, and I'm so glad to be here with you today. And can we give some more love to Karen Drucker and our fabulous band? May we all walk in peace. As doctrines go, Islam's is simple, broad enough that 1.5 billion people around the world can agree on it. Only 3 things are required to be a Muslim: belief in God, knowledge of his message, and respect for the prophets from Abraham to Jesus to Muhammad. Beyond that, quite a lot is up for grabs. Well, this is an excerpt from our book of the month, Taking Back Islam, that we're following together, and you can find that in our bookstore and follow along too. And that is part of our exploration of Islam through a science of mind lens. Now, we are going to take a little bit of a detour today, though, because we are also in the month of love, and well, who better to usher us into that month of love than Karen Drucker. So we will return to our regularly scheduled Islam program next week. Okay. Now, whether you're watching online or you're here with us in the room, please know you are very welcome here, where we seek to understand the divine through the infinite diversity of life. Now, I invite you to read out loud with me our mission. The Center for Spiritual Living is a spiritual community that promotes global transformation through personal transformation. Our purpose is to awaken humanity to its spiritual magnificence. We are motivated by a compelling global vision that inspires us to bring the gifts of compassion, integrity, and loving kindness to the world through our programs and teaching. Together, we are helping create a world that works for everyone. And we work towards this mission through our 5 spiritual practices. And would you please read those out loud with me? Spiritual study, affirmative prayer, meditation, selfless service, and spiritual circulation. We use flowers at our center to send messages of love and appreciation to one another. And today's flower dedication is for William Abel. These flowers celebrate the beauty William Abel brings to our center. Year-round, William is the hands and heart behind our gorgeous seasonally themed stage decorations. Now, did you know that William has been doing this for us for over 25 years? Yeah, he was doing it before Dr. Edward came here. Yeah. So the beauty that he creates lifts our hearts and reminds us of our own magnificence. So thank you, William, for your keen eye for beauty and for bringing that beauty into our community. We would now like to extend a very warm welcome to our first-time visitors. First-time visitors, would you please raise your hand or stand as you're able? We would love to bring you a flower and a welcome packet as a gift to share with you for joining us today. And if you're watching online for the first time, please let us know in the chat. We would love to hear from you. I know that somewhere between the music, the message, the prayer, the practices, you will find exactly what you need for the next step of your spiritual unfoldment. Please know you are very welcome here. Now, I invite you to sit back and relax and enjoy some music before a short time of silent contemplation and prayer.
with peace. Peace begins. Peace begins with me. Peace begins with me. When I come from peace, peace is all I see. Peace begins with me. Just one more time, real soft now. Peace begins with me. Peace begins with me. When I come from peace, peace is all I see. Peace begins with me. Just repeat that line again. Peace begins. Peace begins with me. One more time. Peace begins with me.
Fully arrived in the present moment, the permanent address of the living spirit. That essence, that creative genius that creates only from love, only from love. What a beautiful thing to join in community this day, to remember the love, the joy, the peace in life. So we surrender all the conditions and all the circumstances and we move them over just for now, safely, joining together, remembering our connection, remembering kindness, taking a hint from that walk for peace that we are witnessing in this world, joining with those monks. What a beautiful thing to remember and allow and remain open and expectant for good. What a beautiful thing. So I celebrate this service. I celebrate our guest, Dr. Karen Drucker, and this wonderful music and the message today. I celebrate it all. And I'm so grateful that I'm able to release this word into the law which manifests it as our experience. What a celebration. And so it is. Good morning. I'm Jennifer Mann, prayer practitioner emeritus. Happy to be with you today. Please join me in reading our affirmation. I surrender to the rhythm of divine order and peace.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Karen Drucker. Thank you. I'm going to testify now. My religion is kindness, and my church is nature, and my God is this feeling that lives so deep inside. Give it to me now. Hurt me. My job is to be conscious, and boy, that's a job. My path is forgiveness. My religion is kindness. And I'm gonna practice it. I'm gonna practice it every day. So that's all I have to say today. Thanks so much for coming, everybody. Thank you. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. My religion is kindness. Yeah. My church is nature. My God is a feeling that lives deep inside. My job is to be conscious. My path is forgiveness. My religion is kindness. Go practice it every day. Now, everyone has a story. Everyone has pain. When we strip away our masks, we find we're really all the same. So it's little things we say and do that can mean so much. It's a smile, a connection, a simple love and touch. My religion is kindness, yeah. My church is nature. My God is a feeling that lives deep inside. My job is to be conscious. My path is forgiveness. My religion is kindness. Go practice it every day. Now, today I'm gonna ask myself, what more can I do to be a radiant child of God and let my love shine through? I'll let my heart be my guide to give the best of me. Gonna share my love, share my joy, give it boundlessly. My religion is kindness. My church is nature. My God is this feeling that lives deep inside. My job is to be conscious. My path is forgiveness. My religion is kindness. Gonna practice it every day. Here we go. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. And then Jack fell down and broke his crown. Jill came running after. Said, Jack, tell me, what can I do to help ease your mind? He said, hold my hand and just be kind, and I know I'll be fine. Kindness, my church is nature. You guys, my God is a feeling that lives deep inside. My job is to be conscious. My path is forgiveness. My religion is kindness. Go practice it every day. My religion is kindness. And my church is nature. My God is this feeling. Lives so deep inside. My job is to be conscious. My path is forgiveness. My religion is kindness. Go practice it every day. My religion is kindness. Go practice it every day. My religion is kindness. I'm gonna practice it. You're gonna practice it every day. Oh my goodness. Let's hear it for this band, please. Good job. I have to say, I did this song with a band at another church recently, and it sounded like a polka. So these guys, they spoil me. Thank you. You've got a great thing here, let me tell you. thought you were supposed to be the mellow service. Y'all are having some fun. This is great. Thank you for having me. Thank you, Russ. Thank you for having me. I know, 11 o'clock. So my religion is kindness, and I practice it every day. Every day. Especially these days, I need to practice it so much. The Dalai Lama said, "This is my religion. There is no need for temples, no need for complicated philosophy. Our own brain, our own hearts is the temple, and the philosophy is kindness." So you know who's going through a hard time right now? Everybody. And I thought, what can I do? How can I get up here and talk about, we just need to be kind to ourselves and be gentle with all that's going on right now in the world? And I just thought, what is mine to do? What can I say when I'm going through all this turmoil? And I just thought it really comes down to, and this is what my talk is going to be about today, is the simplest things that can heal this world. And it starts with us. Peace begins with me. It's not out there. It's here. Being kind to myself, being gentle with myself, so that I can look out at the world with a bigger eye, with bigger scope, and be able to look at people and have compassion and empathy, because I'm giving that to myself. So I was wondering, what can I talk about with Islam? And I found a story about a kitty cat. And so it turns out that this is a famous story, that in Islam, everyone knows this story, and I will share it with you right now. One day, the Prophet Muhammad was resting when his little kitty cat curled up on the sleeve of his robe and fell fast asleep. When it was time for him to get up for prayer, he noticed that the cat was sleeping so peacefully, and rather than disturb his rest, he quietly took a knife. No, he didn't cut off his arm. He took a knife and he cut off the portion of his sleeve on which the cat was sleeping so he would be undisturbed. The point of the story isn't about the sleeve. Cloth can be replaced. But what they talked about in this story was that kindness is often found in small, unnecessary sacrifices. And so when I looked at what Jesus taught, what Islam is all about, it's about love, it's about kindness. I think every religion at some core has that message, and that's why I wanted to talk about that today. Because, the main thing that I really have found for myself is that when I'm gentle with myself, when I'm gentle and I give myself that inner critic that will come up and go, "Oh, Drucker, what are you doing?" When I can say to that voice, "Wait a minute, stop, pause. What do I need to give to my heart right now?" And it's hysterical, because one of my main songs that I love singing is, "I will be gentle with myself. I will be gentle with myself. And I will hold myself like a newborn baby child." Well, when I start beating myself up, I go, "Oh my God, Drucker, you're the person who wrote that song." And then I have shame that comes in too. Stop it. But I think that that's the message that I want to give to all of us today, is just how can we take that voice that's going to come in and give us those messages and just say, "No, I'm healing the world first by healing myself." So, you never know what anyone's going through right now in this world. When I say, everyone's going through a hard time, we never know. And, I find sometimes I'll be standing in line in Starbucks, and I'll look to the person next to me and go, "How you doing?" And they'll go, "Oh, I'm fine. And we never know. We never know what anyone's going through, that they could have just gotten a health challenge diagnosis, or they could be going through, bad financial, situations. We just never know. And so the idea of being kind and have compassion, and that concept of seek first to understand. And I love this story that I heard about from Stephen Covey, he was on a subway, and a man sat next to him on the subway. And, he was just kind of sitting there next to him with his head down. But his two children were running all around the subway, and they were in the train, and just acting up and just making all this chaos. And everybody kept looking at Stephen like, tell something to this guy. Everyone was giving the guy dirty looks like, shut your kids up. And finally, he turned to the guy and said, excuse me, sir, I hate to disturb you, but is there anything you can do about your children? They're just running amok here and making everyone upset. And the guy lifted his head and he said, oh, I'm so sorry. It turns out that we just came from the hospital and their mother, my wife, just passed away. And we're all having different ways of processing it. And as soon as he heard that, compassion came in. And he turned to him and said, I'm so sorry, what can I do? I mean, how often have we been behind a driver that's moving real slow and you're getting pissy about it, and you just want them to move faster, but you get a little closer and you see there's a student driver sign there. Or you see it's an elderly person and you think, oh, that could be my mother. And all of a sudden you have compassion and you give them a break. So maybe that's what this is about today. Let's just give everybody else a break. Let's give ourselves a break. And when we think of kindness, it's really interesting when you think about who has been kind to you in your life. And there's the expression, if you see something, say something. Well, I'm going to reframe that today to be, if you see something that touches your heart, if you see something or feel something that was kind, say something. So I want you to do something really radical with me right now. If you have a cell phone, I want you to take it out. Take out your cell phone. And if you don't have a cell phone, you might want to take out a little piece of paper or just remember what I'm saying here. And I want you to take out your cell phone. And I want you to just, for a moment, think about someone in your life that is kind to you, that you think they are just so sweet, they're kind. And I want you to text them right now. Text them one line, thinking about you, just wanting to say, hello, or I love you, or thank you for what you do for me. One line. And if you don't have your cell phone, I want you to think about that person, and maybe today you're going to go home and call them right after service. So are you doing it? Do it right now. I'll wait. And you can also text yourself if you can't think of anybody. Text yourself and give yourself some credit right now for who you are, for all that you do. Text yourself and go, Dear me, I love you. Love me. That's a good one. When I think of people who've been kind to me, I think about how sometimes that one kindness can change the direction of your life. And when I was in 10th grade, I went to Hollywood High School, and I was a secret singer. Nobody knew I wanted to sing. And I saw that they had auditions for the Hollywood High School choir. And I got up all my nerve, and I went in for the audition, and I stood there, and the teacher was right where you're sitting, and he had his little pad. He didn't even look up. He goes, all right, Karen, sing something. And I go, my name is Karen Drucker, and I'm going to sing The Way We Were. Memories light the corners of my mind. He didn't even look up, and he said, I don't think so, but thanks so much for coming in. And I was devastated. I was like, I'm going to just take my little singing ideas and just keep them locked at a corner here, and I just never sang again. But then the next fall, when I came back to school, now I'm in 11th grade, somehow it turns out that the teacher died over the summer. I don't know how that happened. And we had a new teacher, a new choir director. And Mr. Hubbard was our choir director. And I thought, can I do this? Can I just get the confidence to get up there and do this again? So I came in, and Mr. Hubbard was there. He goes, all right, Karen, sing me something. Okay, my name is Karen, and I'm going to sing Memories, the way we were. Memories light the corners of my mind. And he goes, well, we're going to need a little work, but we'll see you next Tuesday for choir practice. And I went, I'm in? He said, yes, we just, we'll have to work with you a little bit, but yes, you're in. And I was so thrilled that because of Mr. Hubbard's kindness, I'm standing here in front of you today Because without him being kind to me that day and saying, yeah, I see something in you, little girl, it gave me the confidence to say, you know, I could pursue what I wanted. And I used to cut all my classes. I'd go and, you know, play piano and sing and write all these little songs. But because of him, because of his kindness, I'm here. So I want to also talk about that idea. If you see something, you know, this is from Homeland Security. If you see something suspicious, you're supposed to say something. But really, let's turn it around. If you see something that touches your heart, if you see something that would be kind to someone else, say it. Don't wait. How often do we do that where we think of something and then the moment passes and you go, oh, I'm not going to do it? Because it's vulnerable. It's vulnerable to put yourself out and say something, especially to a stranger. But I did something recently that it was such an example of this. So, you know, we just had Christmas a little while ago, and I was driving by this house. This was about 2 weeks ago, I guess. Driving by this house, and this guy on my street is like all about Christmas lights. And he has Christmas lights all over, and the thing that I'm so impressed with is on his roof, he has these lights with a big arrow going, Santa, right here, going to the chimney. And I mean, what it takes for him to do this is amazing. But I was seeing him outside, he was taking the lights down, and I was driving by, and I put on the brakes, and I came back, I just put it in reverse, and I said, excuse me, I'm your neighbor, we've never met, but I just gotta tell you, it's so fabulous what you've done. It just makes me so happy when I come down the hill and I see the Santa sign. It just makes me laugh every time. You would have thought that I was giving this guy the Nobel Peace Prize. He just, really, you noticed? It was like, how could anyone not notice? And he said, you know, my family just kind of makes fun of me. I don't think they even care about this, but, you know, it gives me joy. And I went, well, you know what? You gave me joy. So thank you. Thank you for that. And then I had one other story that there's a house that has this really huge window. And every year they'd put up this enormous Christmas tree. And every year I'd drive by, I'd know that Christmas was coming because I'd see the big tree. And every year I would drive by. But for some reason this year, I started to drive by and I put on the brakes. I went, no, I'm going to go tell them. And my husband's like, no, you don't have to, you can't go inside. They're going to think you're like a stalker or robbing them or something. I'm like, shut up. So I go in, I knock on the door, I go, excuse me, I just have to tell you, when I see your tree go up, it's Christmas time for me. And I just so appreciate, and you know, there was an older lady standing there, and there were like 5 adults that were decorating the tree that day. And this woman just like lit up saying, thank you so much for telling us. And the kids, they were all adults, but they were, you know, so warm and friendly to me. And as I was leaving, one of the daughters came up to me and she said, I really want to thank you for saying that to us because, you know, this is probably the last time we're going to do this because my mom's going to be in hospice care. And so this is our last Christmas decorating. So you really touched our hearts. And I realized in that moment, it's not about, oh, I'm just such a nice person that I'm doing this. I realized that in a way, it's a really selfish act to be kind because it makes me open my heart that much more. And isn't that what this is all about? Is opening our hearts to each other, opening our hearts. So I don't know about you, but I've been having a hard time with the news. Anybody else or just me? And I found this, you know, in my way of looking at my own self-care and how can I make it through these wacky times. I found this prayer that I want to read to you that I think just really helps. Every time I turn on the news, I'm trying to remember to read this. Written by Rabbi Keller. Dear Spirit, the soul you have placed in me is pure and vulnerable. I'm afraid that looking at today's news will be painful. Encircle me in a robe of light so that I can witness the wounds of the world without being wounded myself. Let me learn what I need to know in order to be of my greatest use without being overwhelmed by despair. I feel your protective light now as I open myself to the world's suffering and all of the world's joys. Amen. Isn't that good? So one of the things that I'm trying to do these days is balance the hard news that I'm seeing with good news. And sometimes you have to really get out there and look for it. But Jeff, if you'd help me with this, I have a few slides here. I want to show you a few things that I found that are good news. And this is a slide that he'll put up in a sec, I think, about someone started to notice that there were people that were cold. And this person started this thing where he started to put jackets, down jackets up on this fence. And pretty soon, he started off with 2, and pretty soon, all of a sudden, people were donating their jackets so that people could come and get a coat anonymously. No one even knew who gave it, who took it. Coats were just lining this every night. New coats would appear, and they would be gone. Next slide is this. There's a Dutch supermarket that noticed that people, especially older people, were not being able to connect with people enough. And they opened up a line in their grocery store for it. They called it the kindness line. And it would be that you could take your gosh darn sweet time checking out, because the person would be asking you how you are, what's going on, and everyone in line would take their time. So if you want to just have a moment of kindness, you would go on this line, and then the people would talk to each other, and all of a sudden they would become friends. Wouldn't that be lovely if we could do that in our country? So here's another one. Next slide could be this. So there's a restaurant that, look at this. If you're hungry and have no money, these meals have been paid for you in advance. All they would need to do, again, anonymously, take the ticket, go up and say, here you go, and get a free lunch. So people would just donate to this restaurant. And then I love this one. This next one is, there was an athlete that this woman was in first place, but she noticed this other athlete struggling to get his water, and she held back to help him get water, and because of that, came in second place. But interestingly enough, that story went around the world of, here she was in first place, but saw this man, came back, gave him water. The other person won the race, but she came in second place, and she said, it's what I was supposed to do. And this last one is, it just shows how you can just do the smallest act of kindness. Smallest act. Put a couple dollars in a vending machine for the next person. I'm upset that they don't have the Golden Gate Bridge toll thing anymore. I used to pay for the person behind me. Remember that? Now it's just you use your little thingy. But I would do that, and sometimes it would be hysterical. I'd pay for the car behind me, and I would feel like they would try and come up and thank me and practically run me over because they were like tailgating me and going, I want to thank you. It's like, but a few more things here. I found kindness stories, thank you, Jeff, kindness stories in Minneapolis. What's all going on in there. And I found these volunteers that were standing in sub-zero degrees that would stand outside the detention centers with blankets and coats and phones to be able to call their family to let them know they've come out. But, a lot of times when people would be taken from their cars, they were just taken out with no coats or anything like that. So they would walk them home and make sure they were okay and give them whatever they needed. All these volunteers would just stand out there for hours waiting for the next person to come out. And then there would be neighbors that would walk children to their schools, and families that they would take them to medical appointments, and they would deliver food because there were so many people who weren't leaving their house. So they would just deliver food to them and make sure that they were okay. And I love this. There was a tow truck company that would find out the abandoned cars when they were just taken from their cars. They would find who this person was, take their car to their home, not charge them, just leave their car there so when they got home, their car would be there. And some of these people were asked, why do you do this? Why are you doing this gift? And my favorite story from Mark Nepo is that there was a holy man in India who would bathe in the river every day. And every day, there was this poisonous spider that was like in the water and, practically drowning. And each day, the holy man would take the spider, cup it in his hands, and bring it to shore. But right before he let it go, the spider would sting him. Now, because he was a holy man, he was able to be immune to the sting, but it still hurt. And every day he would go in the water, see the spider. It would happen every day. And he'd take him and put him to land. And finally the spider said, "Why are you doing this? You know that I'm going to bite you. Why would you be doing this?" And he said, "It's because it's who I am and what I do. I will always be kind." And I realize with all the craziness in the world right now, that's what I want to do. I want to make that choice every day. When I get triggered, which am I the only one who's getting triggered? Maybe. When I get triggered, that I can stop and I can look at what's going on, take that pause, take that breath, and say, I see you with love because that's what I do. That's who I am. Did anyone get a cell phone response back by any chance? You can look and see. Did you? They say something good? Well, see what they said. So the main thing that I want to leave you with today is the idea of what is yours to do? What is mine to do? And I was at a women's conference recently, this small women's conference where I was giving a talk, and the guest speaker that was a surprise turned out to be Joan Baez. Yeah, oh, wow. And, it was just like 30 women, and Joan comes in, and she was just going to do like a question and answer period for a while with these women. And everybody was saying the same thing to her. Joan, you were there in the 60s, when it was so insane. What is your message to us? And you know what she said? It was this pause, because everyone thought that she was going to give us a long list of all these organizations to, She said, be kind to yourself. And be happy. Just be happy. Do everything you can to make yourself happy. To just have joy. To do the things that bring you joy every single day. Because when you do, you raise that energy up. And when you do go out and find wherever and whoever you want to help, you're doing it from that place of love and kindness as opposed to anger and resentment. So she said, the more you can fill yourself up. And she said, I'm 85 and I just took up dancing. She said, I'm having a grand old time. But that's it. What is mine to do? That's my question that I ask of all of us today. What is the smallest, kindest thing you can do? If it means that when you're at Starbucks and you see that barista and they give you your latte and you go, thank you, and instead of just going, oh, thanks, that you look at them and you have that moment where you look at them and you go, thank you so much. And they get it. And I'm not talking about that woo-woo, wow, the meanness in me sees the you-ness in you and we're bonded. I'm just saying to just take that extra moment. And today, this Sunday, is my mentor's 88th birthday. And her name is Rachel Naomi Remen. Some of you might know her from her books, Kitchen Table Wisdom and My Grandfather's Blessings. And I asked her a while ago, Rachel, in all this craziness, what can I do? What is mine to do? And she said exactly what I just said. She said, connect with someone every day. Connect heart to heart. She said, we're going to heal this world one heart at a time. And I heard that and I went, ooh, song title. We can change the world one heart at a time. We can change the world one heart at a time. I see you, I know you, you're a part of me. Can you sing that with me? We can change the world. We can change the world one heart at a time. We can change the world one heart at a time. I see you. I see you, I know you, I know you. You're a part of me, you're a part of me. Sing it one more time with me. And we can change the world, one heart at a time. We can change the world, one heart at a time. I see you, I see you, I know you, I know you. You're a part of me, you're a part of me. So my question is, what can you do this week for yourself? One thing for yourself that's kind to yourself. And then what's one thing you can do to someone else that's kind? You might not have any idea what difference that makes. And what's one thing you can do for the world that needs your love, even if it's just sending a prayer? Change the world, one heart at a time. Thank you all for listening. I appreciate it.
Can we give some more love to Karen, please? So I invite us all to take a nice deep breath, breathing in, let out a big sigh. We use our breath to help us to transition to our opportunity to support our community financially. And we're very grateful for all of the financial support and all of the other support, other types of support that you share with us too, because it's why we can have incredible guests like Karen Drucker with us, our incredible band, all of the incredible things. I mean, I could use that word incredible all day and it would be a 2-hour-long service. So we're very grateful. And if you choose to give online today, you can go to cslsr.org/donate. We also have text to give. I use that myself because it's fast and it's easy. And today we will pass the basket. So I invite our ushers to stand and to hold the sacred space with us. And I invite you to hold your gift close to your heart and repeat after me. I bless my gift. I send it forth to heal and prosper. It does wonderful work in the world. And so it is. Ushers, please receive the gift.
God is my source, my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, yeah. God gives me everything I need. Will you sing that with me now? God is my source, God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Yes, God gives me everything I need. Let's go to love. Love is my source. Love is my source. Love is my power. Love gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Love gives me everything I need. Let's go back to God now. God is my source, my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything. Repeat that line. God gives me everything. God gives me everything that again. God gives me bring it on down a little bit. I need, bring it down. God gives me So are you listening to that? Kind of a big line. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need. God gives me Let's go from the top then. Even bigger now. Oh, God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Here we go. God gives me everything I need.
Thank you again for all the gifts that you share with our community. Now, I grew up learning that austerity meant that I had to go without, like going without a new toy or without my favorite dinner, and it often would show up as that nameless expression on my grandma's face every time I would ask her for a new box of Legos. You've seen that. Maybe you've been the one who's given that face. Well, as I grew up, I learned a different side about austerity. I learned that there can be a positive side too, and it can be the reflection of the spiritual practice of letting go. And I know that that can bring me a deep sense of freedom. And so it made me wonder, what would it mean for me to be austere not just in physical possessions, but also in my behaviors, in my thoughts, in my judgments? Well, these are all questions that we're going to answer for ourselves together in my upcoming class, The Abundance in Austerity. And I'd love for you to join me this Tuesday, February 10 at 6 p.m. We're going to be in person here at the center, but we're also offering this online. So you can join us if you're watching online right now too. And I look forward to seeing you there. We already have a large class. It's going to be a lot of fun. The gift of spiritual mind treatment that I found for myself is that the more that I practice it, the more I'm amazed at how every single treatment that I give is different than the last one. And so every time I pray, I feel like I'm a beginner all over again. And that's why I'm so glad that Dr. Edwards sharing an upcoming workshop called Spiritual Mind Treatment for Beginners, because it turns out that we all have an opportunity to be beginners with this spiritual practice that we share together. So it's not just for those who don't know the 5 steps of affirmative prayer, spiritual mind treatment, it's for everyone. And I'm grateful that it's here because I'm constantly evolving my own spiritual practice. So I hope that you'll join me in evolving too. That's going to be happening this coming Sunday, February 15th at 1 p.m. So join us, and you might just find spiritual mind treatment shows up in a completely different way for you. Sometimes, though, spiritual mind treatment is really only the first step. I know that when I'm faced with what feel like unsolvable challenges that, well, it might take a more comprehensive approach to those challenges in my life. And Ernest Holmes, our founder, he knew this too. He wrote a book about this with his friend William Hornaday, and it was called Help for Today. And you can explore the ideas that are in it coming up on Monday, February 23rd at 6 p.m. because Dr. Edward is sharing a class by that same name. And it's designed to help us to bring our science of mind practices and teachings into the biggest challenges of our lives. Those challenges that feel sometimes, if I speak for myself, is they're just too big and I don't know what to do. So join us for that. You will have an opportunity to learn how Ernest Holmes approached these challenges so that we all might find peace together. And finally, with our classes, we've opened up registration for our upcoming Foundations class that is starting in March. That's Foundations of Science of Mind. I'll tell you about that class next week. But you can sign up for all of this on our website at the info desk, and be sure to grab an education catalog on your way out too. We're constantly updating that with all of the things coming up in the first half of the year. But now, I hear that Karen has something coming up, because you know what? Every time that we bring Karen here, we like to put her to work. Yeah, because she loves it so much. So, Karen, would you tell us about what's coming up this week?
Wednesday, we're going to do chanting for an hour or so. It's kind of, do you know what a Taizé service is? It's kind of like a Taizé service where it's just going to be chanting and sacred readings, and we're just going to have this time of community and singing together. Anyone like to sing here? Even if you don't, even if you can't sing, I don't care, come. So it's Wednesday at 7. And then on March 7th, women, this is for you. Men, you can put a wig on, I don't care. It's going to be a women's retreat on March 7th, celebrating International Women's Day. So it's going to be a retreat from 9:30 to 3, I guess. And we did it last year, and it was just having community with women. And I don't know about you, but that's what I need right now. Just to be able to have a space to just speak about what's happening, and we're going to sing and laugh and all that stuff. So all the information is on the website, I assume? Okay. So I hope to see you there, both of them.
All right, thank you, Karen. And yeah, definitely be sure to sign up for that retreat soon, too. We had over 80 women attend that last year, so be sure to sign up soon so you make sure you get yourself a seat. All right, so for the past 4 years since I've been here as your assistant minister, I often hear, well, do we have an in-person meditation group that meets? We have a few that meet online throughout the week, but for those 4 years, we never had an in-person meditation group. This was after the pandemic, so I was sad to say that no, we don't right now, but thanks for letting us know you have an interest. Well, now all of that has changed because Jane Kennedy, one of our congregants, is sharing with us an advanced meditation group that's going to be meeting here at the center every Tuesday at 3:30 p.m. So if you have an existing meditation practice and you would like to take it deeper, and to take it deeper by meditating with your peers around you, which can be a very powerful practice in and of itself, then this is the group for you. So you'll find more information about that group and how you can register for it on our website. Now, I'd like to share with you a video that is highlighting some of the experiences that our hosts for Nurturing Our Community had when they hosted events for us last year. So let's hear that.
Last July, I held a garden party in my yard. 8 guests and 3 musicians attended the lunchtime affair. And before you knew it, people were knocking on my door. We followed the soft, soulful music to the backyard, where we chatted and we laughed. Then we ate, and we ate some more. After lunch was my favorite part of the gathering. All attendees were invited to share some of their favorite poetry. It was so awesome to be with these creative and thoughtful people. When the party was over, I felt connected to each one of my guests. The garden party was a joyful gathering and a true blessing to me.
I heard about this opportunity to host a Nurturing Our Community event, and I jumped right in. At that time, I was living in an intentional community in Sebastopol called 2 Acre Wood. I checked with my fellow residents there if they would mind me hosting this event, where we would highlight the opportunity of living in an intentional community, and in particular, living lighter on the planet. So we highlighted composting, community meals. I had a worm bin that I showed people and shared what that was like. And mostly I was really looking forward to the opportunity to get to know other center members and to help support this place that I had fallen in love with, both energetically and financially. And it did indeed turn out to be a fabulous afternoon of much laughter, great food, and the touring around at 2 Acre Wood. And I'd do it all again.
My husband Lee and I have hosted 4 Nurturing Our Community events, and each one has filled our hearts in ways that we never would have expected. We open our home, our little piece of paradise on the Russian River, and invite our spiritual community in. Our daughter Astra performs her original transformational music, and then we share a lunch overlooking the river. What started as our contribution to the center has become something much deeper. Astra's voice carries across the water, and we gather at a table, and conversations flow, moving from stranger into friend. And we realize that we're not hosting just an event, we're creating a sacred experience together. This is what true community means: opening what we cherish, sharing what we love, and connecting with our spiritual family. Honestly, I think we enjoy it as much, if not more, than our guests.
What I love about being involved in the Nurturing Our Community events is the connection that I get to experience with our community members. So being in a beautiful piece of nature, sharing empowering music, and sharing a meal together is really special. And I get to know people on a much deeper level than just attending events here at the center. And personally, sharing my spiritual music with an audience who appreciates the message and the meaning behind the lyrics and the songs that I'm sharing is really special to me as well. I look forward to hosting many more Nurturing Our Community events for the Center for Spiritual Living Santa Rosa.
Thank you to our NOC hosts as well as our team. The NOC team is right on the way out of the social hall today. You can't miss them. They're wearing hats and aprons as though they're going to cook you a delicious meal today. And be sure, if you have an idea for hosting an event, be sure to sign up as soon as you can, because next Sunday is the last day that you'll be able to register as a host. So they'll be out there to answer any questions that you have. Okay, it is time for us to bring our service to a close, but if you find that you're having a challenging time, if you would like spiritual support, if you'd like to experience some of that kindness that Dr. Karen Drucker talked about today, then I encourage you to take advantage of our after-service prayer. If you're here in person, you can go talk to Karen at the white table in the corner, and she will direct you to one of our prayer practitioners. And if you're watching online, there's a link that you can follow on your screen that will take you to a free confidential Zoom prayer. So please take advantage of that. All right, it is time to bring our service to a close. I invite you all to stand, and please know with me that you are never alone. That Spirit is right where you are, that you have only to look within at any moment to know that you're guided, sustained, and empowered by a presence that expresses itself as you in this world. In deepest gratitude, let us live our lives accordingly so that in everything that we do and say and think, we honor this presence within. And so it is. Thank you so much for being here. Let's close in song.
Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let me hear you sing it now. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let me hear you now. Let there be peace. Put your hands together. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world. Now one more time. Let there be peace. Oh yes, I am that stand for peace. And let there be love. I am a stand for love. And let there be joy. I am a stand 3 times now. We are making a new world now. That line again. We are making a new world now. We are making a new world now. Yes, we are.